Thank you, Frank, so much for coming on. I'm so excited to be with you. And I got a little lose yourself. I thought we'd get a little pumped up this Friday afternoon and rock and roll and share the knowledge and have fun. All right, let's have a blast together.
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity.
Anyway, I thought Eminem, I'm representing Detroit today. Sorry, had to do that for you. But I just wanted to say thanks again for coming on. This is Car Biz Leaders Live, and we're talking about leadership, and we're talking about being successful, and we're talking about, all the things all the work that it takes into being the greatest that we can be. And I can't wait to learn from you, and I'm really excited to have you on. So sorry for the technical difficulties. It's my fault too, and I'm just finally glad that we can put you here together.
It's not what happens to you. It's how you handle that situation, right? We handled it. We're good. We're through it. We're ready to rock. No worries.
I was extra hungry today, and I decided that I was going to have lunch. And then, that's my day, though. I have to have like multiple alarms set for things that are important because I will just get into it so much. And I don't even know that, like, oh, wait, my kid's got to be picked up from the bus stop. Oh, oops. So I
look up some days and it's like 4:00 and I'm like, wow, I didn't even eat lunch yet. So I get it.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that don't know who you are. So, and we can get to know you a little better. So,
well, if you're in the car business and you don't know who I am, then that is my fault. I am not doing a good enough job putting myself out there every single day. But for the one or two people in the car business that do not know who I am, Frank Crinite, I've been selling cars at the world famous Piazza Honda in Springfield for coming up on 20 years in about a month or two. So it's been a fabulous run. I have fun every single day. It's a blessing to be able to be at a dealership, a job, a place, build a career, all in the same place. It's been an absolute blessing for me.
We were just looking at the top 100 dealerships across North America. And we saw Piazza right at the top. And I was like, oh, that's right.
Yes. It's awesome.
So, that's great. Over probably the most used cars sold ever. And tell us a little bit about like what makes you successful. How do you get up every day and do this and still put a smile on your face and not let the enormity of it all pull you down?
Well, you don't get caught up in the moment. You're dealing one-on-one in a situation with somebody. It's not, hey, you don't just snap your fingers and sell 100 plus cars. It's multiplication every single day, but it's one by one, right? You're doing one by one, and you're handling a problem, you're handling an issue, you're helping somebody through something. You're reaching out and relying on people that ship cars,
right.
tow cars for me. I have my own tow guy, right? I call him, boom, Mike, can you pick up a car for me? Yes, no problem, right? So it's not all just me. Okay?
Yeah.
So yes, am I the face of it? Yes. Do I get to stand there and do all the goofy pictures and have the fun? And do I get to shake the hands and kiss the babies and hand out the keys? Yeah, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes. There's my finance guy, Damien. There's all the managers working hard. There's my lock guy, Justin. He moves mountains for me so I can get my job done. Every single day. So it's not just, you can't put everything on yourself. You have to learn how to delegate. So do I have an assistant? No, but I learned how to delegate to employees to do their job, and everybody does, and it works out great.
What would you say? Why do the people work so hard for you? How do you get them to work and really get behind you and support you so much? Like, I think that's one of the things when you're in a leadership position, and you are really, because you have ultimately they're supporting your vision, your goal to be successful. How do you get them to kind of give it their all? And what's up, Ken? Thank you so much.
Well, first of all, you have to attack everything around you with enthusiasm and energy, right? And it can't be fake, right? You can't just fake it, right? So really, you have to have enthusiasm for whatever you're doing in life, right? You'll never change anybody's mind on anything without energy and enthusiasm, right? So everything I do every day is energy and enthusiasm, right? To make people feel good, to make people know that you care about them. The way that you become a leader in anything is you show appreciation for the people around you, right? You know, it can't be all me, I, right? So if you're not showing appreciation and gratitude for everybody that's working with you, you know, around you, then, you know, you're not going to be a leader, right? And, you know, it's not all, you know, attaboys and, you know, thank you and everything. Sometimes appreciation is, you know, pulling somebody aside and, you know, just, you know, asking them what's going on, you know, in their life because they're mentally not there, right? Something's up. So, you know, to be, you don't just say, hey, I'm a leader, right? People eventually start, you know, following you and becoming part of the team. You know, I don't ever want to just be a leader and be the person that's at the top of the mountain, right? I want to bring everybody up the mountain with me. So, you know, always thanking everybody, sincerely appreciate everything, you know, and it's not just the people you work with in my business, it's the people that work for you in the, you know, referral business, you know, so all my customers, all my Facebook contacts, all of my insurance agents, all the body shops in the area, service shops. I mean, you know, these are people you have to show appreciation for. And that's how you become a leader in anything you do, you know, industry, you know, your household, your work, it doesn't matter. You know, you just have to show the appreciation, make people feel important. That's really what it comes down to.
I think that is essentially what most people want in life too, is just to feel like that they're noticed and that they're, excuse me, that they're appreciated and that somebody out there actually cares about them. And I think that makes everybody work a little harder. So I'm definitely agree with that. And then, you know, also that enthusiasm that you were talking about too, I think is really important, you know, and it's hard to bring that energy and enthusiasm every single day. I drink like 4 Red Bulls to make it happen.
Oh no, I don't have any Red Bull. I'm good. None of that. That's
what is your secret to all your energy then? Do you work out?
I take shots of Fountain Youth every single night. It's great.
Oh, you're doing
I'm actually 62.
Yeah.
I just look really good for 62.
You look damn good for 62. I need to know your secret. I got to keep it young. You know?
Yeah, you hit the gym. You get up early. You mentally get yourself prepared.
Are you really 62? Are you just shitting me?
62 and a half.
Are you serious?
Can't tell by the hairline?
No, I really can't, to be honest with you.
I'm just kidding. I'm dating myself a little bit. I'm 41 years old.
I was about to say, I was like, damn, I need to know your secret. I'm going to be doing your workout. I'm like, whatever you're doing, you know, because
you got to you got to get up early. Not, you know, do I get up at the crack of dawn every single day? Do I beat the sun up? No, but most days I do, right? And you got to get your day started. Your mental day started way before your physical game starts, right? So, you know, to me, I get up and, you know, I'll make myself a cup of coffee, get going, you know, either go to the gym, come back, be pumped up, fired up, you know, blood flowing to your body. And before I leave the house, I mean, I know it sounds cocky, it might sound a little weird, but I high five the mirror. Boom. I love being me. I have to tell myself that, because if you don't love being you, nobody's going to love being with you, right? So that's where the energy and enthusiasm comes from. So you know, people feel that oozes out of you, that confidence that you know, you can get the job done. You're dealing with the right person. You know, I'm talking with the right person that I want to deal with in this situation. You know, I'm talking with the right person that I want to tell, you know, all my financial difficulties to, or, you know, that can help me through a certain family situation. So, you know, people buy cars for a lot of different reasons. It's not all because, hey, somebody needs a car, right? Sometimes it's a financial thing. Sometimes it's a family thing. Sometimes it could be a million different things, but you have to, you know, have that ambiance, that confidence. That person has to have the confidence in you that you're the person that's going to get the job done, right? So that's what I bring to the table every single day.
I think that is so essential, because I'm of the same philosophy. So I say we sell everything except transport, and transport is sort of the currency that I I
Right.
do. I mean,
You know,
nobody.
I sell service, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there to service my client, my customers, my friends, my
Mhm.
family. Um, that's what you sell, right? You don't sell a product.
Yeah.
If you're in a business just to make money, you're doing it the wrong way. Money will
Yeah.
be a byproduct of your success. So if you're really doing the right things every day and selling your
Mhm.
service, right?
Right.
Being putting the client, the customer, the family member, the friend in front of your selfish needs, or the dealership's wants. You have to do. I always try to put myself in the situation of that customer, that client,
Yeah.
whoever it is, right? What would I want to happen if I
Right.
was in the same situation? And can it always happen that way? No. But a lot
Right.
of times it can, right? Or you can find at least a middle ground so it's a win-win for
Yeah.
everybody, right? So
Yeah.
that's really what it is. You sell the service, you don't sell the product. I have people reach out to me from industries all over the country, realtors, couple
Yeah.
of friends of mine that sell sheds in the middle of the
Yeah.
country, right? I got a guy that sells boats that I do a little bit of coaching for up in New
Yeah.
York. It's not a product. It doesn't matter what you sell. This is a methodology. It's the way that everything should be.
Yeah.
Not just, hey, I have the best product, because
Right.
I don't always have the best product, but I have
Right.
the best service
Yeah.
every time.
And to be honest with you, I think, and you can tell that to people too. And I think I mean, sometimes it's like, look, I may not be the person that handles your business, but I can at least get you to the person that can get you to the right person. And that's the service of itself. It's just like, oh, you're not after just my paycheck then. Like you genuinely want to help people
Right.
better their situation. I love that. I love it.
I listen. There's times I tell people not to buy cars because it's not the right thing for them to do. I always tell everybody, I'm going to let you buy whatever you want. You're an adult, but we're going to try to make an educated decision together. And
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my feelings on everything. As a sales professional, it's my job to educate you, because, most people
Yeah.
don't do this every day, right?
Yeah.
I do, so I see the situation. I see somebody that says, yes, 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 I can afford that payment. And I'm nobody to judge anybody to say, you can't afford a $580 payment. But if you're making $3,500 a month, let's sit down and make sure that we really need all those buttons, bells, and whistles
Right.
that you want, and you're doing the right thing. Because sometimes, you get that car, or you get that product and you get it home, and then, a month or two later, those payments keep rolling in. And then,
Yeah.
the remorse sets in or something like that. You never want that feeling, right? You want everybody to feel good the entire time
The entire
they
time.
have it, not just that, emotional decision that they're trying to make, in the moment. So, there's times that I actually tell everybody to take a step back. Let's just reason this out, make sure it actually is, what you want. And you think that would be counterintuitive to business, and it's not, right? You show that you're listening to people,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And you're actually listening to understand somebody, not listening just to get your point across or just to sell something. You're
Right.
actually listening to somebody to understand. It works out great for
And you're
business.
genuinely helping them, because when it comes down to that bill at the end of the month and they can't afford it, and then all of a sudden they're out, and then, or they're in a financial bind for some other reason, and things don't else, I have the next for them too.
Right.
We call it stress. The weight of the world. I do it too. Oh, there you go. But yeah, I'm so excited. So what else can you tell me about leadership? What else can you tell me about, how to kind of like, take yourself, like what did it take for you to like decide that you were going to be the best? Did you decide that, or did you just make it happen? What was that point where you were like, all right, I'm going to do this, and then go for it? Because you really are at the top, and I think a lot of people want to know how to get there. So what were the steps that you took?
I stopped believing all the hype that was around me. I stopped believing all the people that told me I was doing such a great job when I was at just, slightly above, average
Mhm.
levels in the car business,
Mhm.
selling 35-ish, 40 cars a month.
Mhm.
I stopped listening to everybody say, you're dominating the dealership, the industry, the
Mhm.
area, blah, 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 blah,
Mhm.
blah, 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 blah. Because you know what happens? You start believing everybody, right? And if you start
Right.
believing everybody, then that's your ceiling, right? So to me,
Mhm.
that wasn't my ceiling. That was the floor. So one of the best things that I've ever done in my whole career, my whole life, is I don't believe the people around me that, you know,
Yeah.
sit there and tell me how great of a job I'm doing when I know
Right.
that I was destined and I had more inside of me. You know,
Right.
I fought the you know, the law of average. You know what I mean? I didn't want to
Yeah.
be just average. People say all the time, hey, how many cars do you average a month? My answer is I don't average anything.
Right.
Right. I dominate. So
Right.
to me, you know, the mindset always has to be forward thinking, not what I'm doing now. I don't sit around, you know, and talk about
Mhm.
the, you know, 137 car a month I had, you know, last August
Right.
or whenever it was, you know, through
Yeah.
September, because then what happens, right? You lose all your momentum.
Right.
You lose everything that's that you have going, right? So my whole mantra is run through the finish line, never
Yeah.
run to the finish line, right? There's too many times in life that we set goals, and a lot
Mhm.
of times people, I was doing it for a long time, would set my goal so low just
Right.
so I can hit it, right? Just so I
Yeah.
can get to that goal. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, I'm accomplishing my goal. The biggest thing I do is I hit my goals every time. No, those goals were too low. 50
Yeah.
cars a month, you know, 5 years ago was too low. I should have been pushing myself. I shouldn't have been believing everybody around me. My nickname was actually, they'd call me Fitty. 50 Cent was real big back then, one of the finance managers. And you know what? At
I was
first you
gonna
think,
play
hey,
that song too. Darn it.
right, but at first you think that's a cool nickname. And I'm like, man, that pisses me off. I don't want to be called 50. I'm a dime piece.
Yeah.
I'm a 100 car guy. I
Yeah.
know this. I just got to find a way to get there. And then, you know, through, you know, coming up with a plan, writing down my plan, executing every day with enthusiasm
Mhm.
and energy, you know, reaching out to the community, having the community support me, putting myself out there, you know, on Facebook. If you went back, I guess it would be probably, I don't know, 10 years now, 9 years, 10 years, whatever it is,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
talk to any of my friends.
Yeah.
They would have told you, Frank Crinite will never be on Facebook. Okay. I
Right.
told everybody I'll never get on Facebook. I'm not doing that. I didn't do the MySpace thing. I'm not getting on
Mhm.
Facebook. I think it's a bunch
Mhm.
of goofy malarkey. No shot.
Yeah.
All that was my insecurities.
Yeah.
Right. There was my insecurities about, you know, putting myself out there. It was my insecurities about, you know, posting pictures of myself. It was my
Mhm.
insecurities about everything. And that's the biggest thing that people have to get through, to be able to be successful is at any, is to not worry
Mhm.
about your insecurities, right? So, you know,
Yeah.
if you're insecure about something, that just means you got to figure out a way to push through it.
Yeah.
Embarrassment doesn't hurt, right? So I can get on here and I can be mumbling and bumbling, and people are like, dude, what is that guy talking about?
Right.
Am I going to get embarrassed?
Right.
Oh, not anymore. What I have a while ago, yeah, but guess what? It doesn't hurt. Embarrassment
Right.
doesn't hurt, right? It just makes you get better. So if
Right.
you're scared to embarrass yourself, if your insecurities are stopping you, well, that's what mostly stops people from being successful is their insecurities. That they let
Mhm.
that little guy in their head talk them out of
Yeah.
doing a Facebook Live, talk them
Yeah.
out of doing something other than the normal every single day, right? Talk
Yeah.
them out of, you know, marketing in a different way, talk them out
Mhm.
of energy and enthusiasm, being the most
Right.
positive person in the room
Right.
every single time because they think people are going to look at them weird. You know what? I want people looking at me weird because that means I'm
Right.
not in with the
Right.
average people every day.
What's up, Tracy, Helmet, Jimmy? Thanks so much, man. Because honestly, I will tell you that this for me, going on Facebook Live, is one of the most like I wanted to do it. I've known I needed to do it, and I've been scared out of my mind to do it. And I mean, scared out of my mind. I like
But you're doing it, right? We're
I
getting
know,
community.
right? But every day I'm like, oh my God, we've got to do this. And I'm like, but every time that I do it, I get a little bit more comfortable. It is absolutely completely out of my comfort zone, like way out of my comfort zone. Like I could be on the phone, I could be looking myself in the mirror. I also saw myself in the, I'm like, you know, I can do all these kinds of things very comfortably without being on video. I don't know what it was. It scares the death out of me.
I know a pretty good guy named Ken Walls that
I
can
know.
probably help you with a lot of that. He's helped me with a ton. So, you know, I owe a lot. I
Yeah.
owe a lot to our mutual friend for introducing
Yeah.
us, right? Because we never would have known each other
Yes.
if it wasn't for Ken. And Ken has introduced me to, I mean, countless amounts of successful people that I study and talk to and
Mhm.
have grown my mindset through. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the plug. He's the link between me and a lot of success that I have on Facebook. So big shout out to my buddy Ken.
Yeah. And big shout out to Ken too, because if it wasn't for Ken, I swear to God, I don't know where I would be. He's really helped me put my mind back together again too, and stretched me to do things that I never thought that I was capable of. Which I think at the end of the day, I have had a lot of success in selling transport. I've blown through a lot of my own mental gaps, as a salesperson, and now becoming more of an entrepreneur, I'm starting to figure out that role a little bit and try to push myself to that level. I have, I can remove a lot of selling blocks, but as how to rock this position has been a little challenging for me. So he's kind of helped me put that together for me too. It's just a new adventure, right? Like, and how do you get good at the next chapter in life,
Well, I'm always looking for the next thing, right? And I'm
Yeah.
always proactively looking for it. It was, man, you must be comfortable. You're killing it, and you're doing this, and you're doing that. And it's like, yeah, that's that's your perception
Right.
of everything, right? So my perception is I'm not comfortable. I'm not killing it. Do you know that you're somewhat successful? Yeah, great. Okay, good. I'm somewhat successful. Does that mean that you just lay back and pat yourself on the back yourself, right? Then that gets that little guy in your head in the comfort zone, right? And that's when the force of average takes you down every single day, right? You become more and more average the more and more you believe that. So to get out of your comfort zone every time, you have to do different stuff, right? You have to do Instagram, you have to do Facebook lives, you have to get out in the community, you have to stand up on a stage, and speak in front of hundreds of people, right? You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You're never gonna grow. What do they say? Fear is a liar, and it really is. Right? The fear of anything. I was scared to be on roller coasters. When I was a kid, I'd make up every excuse in the world not to get on a roller coaster. And do I still look at some roller coasters? I'm like, man, my back can't handle that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I get on a roller coaster. I'm like, man, well, I missed this all through my childhood, all through my 20s. Getting on a roller coaster because I was scared. Like, there's nothing to be scared about. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Getting on an airplane. The first couple times you're scared to death to be on an airplane. Now it doesn't do anything. I can jump on a plane and it doesn't bother you at all. Right? There are all these things that you don't do because you're scared of them, because you have insecurities of them. That's the block between average and successful people. Successful people see it as a challenge and just conquer it, right? Find a way to conquer it, find a way to overcome it.
Right. And I think too, like, and if you don't admit that you're really insecure, I think that's I think to even admit that, to say, hey, I'm insecure and this is what it is. I think a lot of people don't even want to admit that that's their problem. It's this, it's that, it's everybody else, I think that when you have an accurate perception of like how you're an internal thing, like I know this is my problem and I know that this is my insecurity. And sometimes, people aren't willing to admit that. So I think that's huge.
Self-accountability, right?
Yeah.
Self-accountability is you need to be able to look at the man in the mirror and accept your failures just as much as you accept your successes, right? So you can't just, put a notch, every time that you have a success and say, yes, that was me, right?
Right.
And it really wasn't just you. Doesn't matter who you are. Even if you're an overnight success, it wasn't just you. There was other people that were helping you, right? And as a leader, again, that's how you grow. That's how you grow as a person. That's how you grow your business. That's how you grow your following, right? You appreciate people. You tell them how much you appreciate them. And that's how you grow. But your insecurities stop you from doing that also sometimes, right? Sometimes it's awkward for people just to walk up to somebody that they don't deal with every day, but hey, they help, right? That technician back there that's getting my cars ready when they come in off the truck, the technician that's getting all the used cars that I sell, or taking care of all the little problems for me. A lot of times they're the people that nobody ever goes over and thanks, right? Nobody ever goes over and talks to. I know every single technician's name at my dealership, and I guarantee that most people at their dealership don't know half their technicians over there, right? We have like
and you probably know their families and their kids' names and everything else like that too. It's very important to know people.
I sure do, absolutely.
I think that's essential, and not only that, but to let one of the things that I find the people that I come in contact with, they're most that they're the most successful are the most accessible, that are willing to help other people that are like Robert Hollinshead, and there's a whole bunch of people out like Ken Walls even. They really have a lot of success, and they just want to help other people become successful, whether they see them as competition or not. Like, I love that. Like, right. I'm sure that any car guy that wanted to know the secrets of your success out there, which is why you're doing
I'm training car salespeople all around the country right now.
So, right.
If I wanted to just be successful and just keep dominating the car business every single year, then great. Oh boy, he's doing it again, right? No, right. I want to grow as a person. I want to grow, the industry. So, I'm not keeping all my secrets. I come on. I do at least a couple Facebook interviews, probably a month.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people that are tired of seeing my ugly mug. You know what I mean? And if you are, no big deal. You probably weren't my client anyway, so you just block me. It's not a big deal, right? But
I'll look at your ugly mug all day, my friend.
I put everything out there. I do. I put everything out there. There is no secret. You have to give back to get, right? Nobody's going to support you if you're just a taker. Okay. You have to be a giver, and you have to give more than what you're taking, right? My goal right now is to make more money so I can give more money back, right? I want to give more to my charity. I want to donate more. I want to write bigger checks, not have nicer cars, not have nicer watches, not take just better vacations. I mean, all that stuff's great. But in the end, the more you give back, the more you're going to get, rather than the more you take, you're going to lose. Okay. So you got to be a giver.
And I think what people understand is that especially in my business can get very me, mine mode. Like there's not enough business out there for everybody. But I think that, the more that you can help other people, the more that you can, I've taught tons of people how to be successful in this business, and they have left me and gone on to have great careers and made lots of money. And I'm not going to hate them for that. Like, yes, would I have loved them to made it with me? Sure. But to know that they're out there supporting themselves and making a living and contributing, then, I really have nothing to complain about. And I feel like that's all going to come back to you in the meantime. So I'm very interested in this concept of teaching other people outside of your dealership how to become successful. Do you strictly do that through social media? Do you do that through consulting? How does one go about learning the lessons?
So I took a couple days so far, and I made probably 50 or 60 hours worth of videos in the dealership. I had a in dealership video where it followed me around for most of the day, just showing some of my processes and everything that I put out free on Facebook, right? Facebook, Instagram, wherever, send it to people. Not ask anything for it. I have other, stuff that I do a closed mastermind meeting with right now. We have, I think, about 15 sales consultants in it. It goes from 15 to 20, but 15 sales consultants that, I help on a weekly basis. And, they have my cell phone number. They can reach out to me at any time. I'm there for them 100% as their, coach, as their mentor. And I have a couple other programs that I'm doing, and some other stuff that I'm not going to announce yet.
Okay.
Top secret, underground, crazy. I'm so excited.
What about Udemy? What about classes like that? Like, there's lots of people that are like online classes or things like that. Have you ever thought something along those lines? You're offering it for free, but like, for example, like Grant Cardone, he offered a lot of stuff for free, and I bought every single one of his products, by the way. Every single one. He's made me very successful as a salesperson for sure. But I'm happy to pay for it. I have no problem with that. It's gave me money.
Listen, you get paid when somebody sees the value. Okay.
Right.
If there was no value, nobody's going to give you $1. Okay. And I wouldn't want anybody to give me $1 if I did not provide, value to them, to their lives, to their business. I wouldn't take $1 from anybody. You know what I mean? If it didn't actually help them. But on the flip side of that, anytime I don't pay for something myself, I don't really care about it, right? I probably purchased probably 25 courses that are like, $50 and under. And you know what? I watched them for like an hour and then I'm just like, it's like, I'm just like, whatever. Right.
Right.
The ones that I've actually invested in,
Sure.
meaning I've put up money, like,
Yeah.
legit, hey, $2,500, $5,000, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're the ones I pay attention to, right? Because
Yeah.
I see enough value in the end result of listening to those people that are successful. You got to look at it like this, right? So you could pay for a college education, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? You go through high school, a lot of private school stuff like that. You pay big money, and all you're getting is general knowledge from a teacher who actually only learns that subject through studying themselves, right? Through either a book or something that was actually taught to them. They're not actually doing it out in the real world. So to me, I'll probably yell at about this, but my kids, I'm not going to push them to go to college. Okay.
My husband and I have that fight all the time.
To learn general knowledge. All right. I'm going to push them to figure out whatever it is that they want, right? Whatever it is that their goals and their aspirations are. So if my daughter wants to be a business person, right? I'm going to have her invest in successful entrepreneurs, successful courses of people that actually do it, people that are making millions and billions of dollars, people that have scaled their business, not go sit in a classroom and learn general knowledge because that's the way that the world of average tells everybody that they need to do, right? And then you get out of the world of average college and you get a job making $40,000 a year and you have $200,000 in student debts. And
we're still paying for it, by the way.
We're
still paying student loans. I don't know about you, but
No, I didn't go to college. So fun fact, didn't go to college. Got through high school, probably a C plus, maybe a B average and some stuff.
You do better than me.
I'm not the smartest guy in the room, right? I'm not the best looking guy. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that can stand on top of a mountain and get everybody riled up all day, right? So everybody has what I have. I'm nothing special. Okay, you have it inside of you. You just got to find it. You got to get rid of those insecurities and find it, and that's how you'll end up growing as an individual. That's how you'll end up being successful in anything, life, business, whatever it is that you want to be successful at. It doesn't have to be a sales position. It could be anything in your life. That's how you get yourself to the next level.
I always think that once you bring on like when you have new problems to solve, then that's when you're growing. Ooh,
I love new problems. I love it. I think I'm like I seek problems out. I don't know if that's good or not, but I actually seek problems to solve, right? Because I know your buddy Grant, right? The bigger the problem you solve, the more you're going to get paid, right? The bigger the payoff. So if there's a problem, I need to know about it, right? I don't need my service department just handling it. Even though they do their job, I tell everybody, listen, I'm here for you. I don't just want to sell you a car and never see you again.
Right.
You get 24/7 access when you purchase a vehicle from me. Red carpet treatment, like you bought a Bentley. We legit have a red carpet and a rope. We take your picture every time. Right. And you get 24/7 access, right? Most people sell you something, great. They never want to hear from you again unless you have something for them.
Right.
Wrong methodology to have, right? I need to know if there's a problem. I need to know if you're ridiculously satisfied, right? I need to know, what it is. I ask everybody after the process, after we go through everything, did I do a great job for you? Look everybody right in the eye. This is something everybody should do. Look somebody right in the eye every time. Shake their hand. Anything make sure I did a great job for you. And I always say, Rachel, just want to make sure, did I do a great job for you?
Absolutely, Frank.
Absolutely.
100%.
That's what everybody says, right? And if not,
and I believe it in my heart. You have, I really do, because it's so sincere. It
has to be
so
sincere.
It's so sincere. Well, listen, I know that you have your kids, and you absolutely did a great job. And I know you have to.
I got to get the Costco, actually.
You got to get the Costco. You got to get the kids. Your daughter is gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
And you look great. And I'm so thankful to have met you. And I can't wait to learn more from you. And I'll be watching you, and hopefully vice versa. And can't wait to support each other's businesses. And thank you so much for coming aboard with me, and
no problem.
I will rock you out. Thank you so much, Frank. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Talk to you guys later. Hey, like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate you.
Problem. You got it.